How did I start it last time? Right. I was like, hi, hey. Okay, it's fine. I'll make it up. Yeah, okay. It's not supposed to be the same. Welcome to Fandom Frenzy with Flash, which is me. Title card. Today on Fandom Frenzy with Flash, me, we're gonna talk about Bitch Planet because this is a comic that I read recently that I really enjoyed. It was originally released in December of 2014. I think it's about 6 issues in, and the first trade just recently came out. It's pink. It's released through Image Comics, and it was written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, who has done Captain Marvel since she's been a beautiful blonde, badass bombshell, and she's also been writing Pretty Deadly, and she created Pretty Deadly, which is also really cool, and it follows like Death's Daughter. It's like a Western horror. It's cool. Anyway, this is not that. This is Bitch Planet, and it's kind of like a dystopian, feminist, sort of but not quite near distant future. Like a bunch of women who are considered non-compliant, and they get sent to this world that we created out of orbit. Space. It's in space. It's a robot planet in space. It's a prison, and you can go there for something as simple as being argumentative in your marriage, having assault charges, or if people just don't like you, they can pay to have you go there. Like men get rid of their wives and then have new ones. Jump cut. Talking about the plot. It follows this woman named Cam, who was a professional athlete, before she was sent to Bitch Planet. It hasn't said why she's in there yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. Like I said, it's only 6 issues in. And because she was a professional athlete, they're trying to recruit her for an annual game that is sort of kind of Hunger Games, but also kind of the Purge. There are teams that go against each other. The game's called Megaton. And the rules are really complicated. Teams fight each other, and there are winners. And it's done yearly by this council of people called the Fathers, because Earth is now completely patriarchal, basically. Anyway, they do the thing. They haven't done the thing yet. They're just training. Eventually, we'll see the thing. I don't want to say that there's like exaggerated nudity. There's a lot of female nudity in this. But there is, like, there's a lot of nudity. There's a lot, and it's not just like your usual athletic or like supermodel or pinup style drawn characters. There's characters of like all shapes and sizes, and all of the main characters are women of color. I think that there are probably only 2 or 3 fairly main characters within the prison that are actually white. And that's something that I really enjoy seeing. So because this is very much like a feminist movement comic, you get a lot more women of color and people who are different sizes who still are like valued because of who they are as people. And it's nice to be able to see a mix of things instead of just a woman in a latex suit who's blonde with blue eyes and weighs like 115 pounds and is still expected to kick some like superhero ass. It's boring and unrealistic up to a point, and I'm really stoked to be able to see something like this in a comic book that's been so well received. Yeah, latex. Or polyester. Polyester is fucking itchy. When they're trying to recruit Cam, who is this super badass, athletic, like heroine basically of this story. I love her as the protagonist. She's super bitchy, she's super witty, but she's also really smart. And at some point they send in a character from the guards who's supposed to try to convince her that she needs to lead this team in the Megaton so that the prison can compete. And essentially they're trying to do this for advertising and shock value down on Earth and like just for entertainment. They look at it as, like I said, like kind of a purge. They do it so that people can cleanse themselves of all of their violence and animosity by watching 2 groups come together to beat the out of each other, essentially. It's viewed as a necessary cleansing exercise for them because they've decided that one of our 5 innate personality traits is that we consistently put people in boxes of us versus them. So they made that into a tangible thing so that you can watch it and That's how they get it out of their system. She comes in and she tells Cam, hey, we want you to do this because you're an athlete and that she could be an incredible leader and that this was basically, she was born to do this. And she looks right at this woman and she says, just because it's old, don't make it clever. And that really struck a chord with me because I was like, oh, so like ancient documents written thousands of years ago that people have gone to war over and based entire belief systems after, or parts of our Constitution, or like your super racist grandfather. Truth. That's all I got. Cotton blends. Whole thing about gay porn. I like bacon. That was this episode of Fandom Frenzy with Flash. I'm Flash. If you liked what you saw today, then hit the subscribe button down in the box below. Also, click the social media links and follow on those things. I'm not going to list them all because they're right down there for your viewing and clicking pleasure. Also, leave a comment if you have another comic that you would like me to check out, and maybe I'll talk about it. Also, let me know what you think about Bitch Planet if you decide to read it, and I think that you should because it's really good. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw today. Don't give me a thumbs down, please. If you don't like me, just leave. Get out. Leave. See you next time. Bacon. Consume, consume, consume. That was better. And there's a ball that's, you can have as many people on your team as you want, but they can't equal more than like 1,000 pounds wrapped in something. So I talked about the stuff and the things.